Does this make sense, anyone? Hey, what do you hear? What do you say on my Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, your sister's ass, the Pony Express? A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? A hard-working ex-Marine who can't get unemployment or PPP for his small, struggling business. Follow me. So I got this private message yesterday from a wife. I won't even say her name. It's not important. It just broke my heart. She wrote, "We watch you every day from North Carolina, where my husband has yet to see unemployment or PPP assistance at all." And I'm thinking, Jesus, that is fucked up. Then the next message comes in and she writes, "I probably should have added, he is a Marine Corps veteran with a small business. We poured everything into it to grow the last 3 years, 85% down due to closures, and we can lose it all for the past 3 months. Please keep spreading the truths people are afraid to address. Those who are in control are out of control. Stay safe out there, and thank you for what you do." An ex-Marine out of work with a small business about to go broke, and he can't get any of the help he's supposed to be getting. Why in the fuck hasn't this ex-Marine received unemployment or PPP money from the feds or the state of North Carolina? As we have learned, over $500 billion was given out in PPP to companies the government will not identify publicly. And of course, today we find out that Mitch McConnell's wife and Nancy Pelosi's husband both received PPP for their companies. In case you forgot, McConnell's wife is in the president's cabinet, and the McConnells are multimillionaires, and Pelosi's husband is an incredibly wealthy venture capital firm owner who is worth about $115 million. So these two vampires get money, but the ex-Marine who served his country with honor and is running a small business can't get unemployment or PPP for his business. You know what? We are all full of shit. We love to have Veterans Day and Memorial Day, and we love to talk about the military and thank a soldier for his service because talk is cheap. But when it really comes time to take care of our current and former veterans, we are all talk and very little action. You want some stats? I'll give you some stats. There are about 107,000 homeless veterans on any given night in this country. Yeah, homeless veterans on any given night. Wait, it gets better. It's estimated that about 1.5 million other veterans are considered at risk for homelessness due to poverty, lack of support networks, and dismal living conditions in overcrowded or substandard housing. So what our government continues to say is basically this: thanks for your service, now go fuck yourselves. And every once in a while we read about things like, oh, the DOL announces $22 million in grants to help homeless vets re-enter the workforce. Or a new bill is introduced to expand and strengthen VA services for homeless vets during a pandemic. And you know what I think is happening? I think that fucking money never makes it to the vets. Instead, those funds are sent to private organizations and private businesses who take that money and push pennies to the vets and bank the rest of the millions in mishandling of the funds. That's what I think. Government spends money like drunken fucking jerk-offs on unnecessary bullshit every fucking day. But no, we can't truly take care of our veterans who are in desperate need of help. These veterans served their country and then their country abandoned them. Oh, wait, I'm wrong. They aren't abandoned. We have cookouts on a Monday holiday so the politicians can make it seem like they care about them. But no, let's spend $1 billion on 10 miles of trolley track in San Diego. That's $100 million per mile of trolley track. They could have built 250 miles of 4-lane highways for the same amount of money. You know, something that commuters and the people could really use. But no, let's spend $1 billion on a trolley track. How about fuck the trolley and help the homeless veterans? How about fuck the trolley and help the veterans struggling during this pandemic? How about in Washington, D.C., let's spend $200 million for a streetcar that runs across 2.4 miles of the city, a part of the city, by the way, which is already served by the bus system. How about let's put $200 million to the homeless veterans or to help struggling veterans during this pandemic? You know how much pork was put into bills by both the Democrats and Republicans last year? More than $15 billion. $15 billion in federal money for absolute fucking horse shit. How about this? A couple of years ago, the Army Chief of Staff told Congress that the U.S. had 2,000 tanks sitting unused in the California desert. But we are earmarking $1.5 billion billion in taxpayer funds for more tanks that we don't need. Did any of you know this? Does this make sense to anyone? I could go on and on and on. Look, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody at this point to figure out that Washington, D.C. is run by scumbag lobbyists and big money and politicians with their fucking back pockets wide open. All you citizens can stick your head in the ground if you want, but this shit doesn't stop. How about this? How about before we spend any more money in this country, let's fix the homeless veteran situation. Let's make sure unemployed vets are getting their fair share and veteran small businesses are getting their money before the giant fucking corporations and billionaires get theirs. How about that? And maybe we take care of a few other things like give Flint, Michigan clean water because, you know, we are in a third world country. Let's take care of the real problems and then we can let the elected jerk-offs run wild with our money. Or how about we stop letting the elected jerk-offs run wild with our fucking money? A hard-working ex-Marine who can't